What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the ledge climbing series. In today's episode, we're going to get the wall location and ledge location detection set up, as well as set up a custom collision trace channel. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the Discord. The link is in the description. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and open up the third-person character blueprint, the animation blueprint, and let's also go ahead and open up our BPC ledge climbing. And we're going to go to the ledge climb component, and we're going to make a function. We're going to call this get wall location. And we're going to sphere by channel, and we're gonna hook that up. Go ahead and compile and save that. Let's go ahead and make a custom trace channel for this. So we're gonna go to edit project settings, and in your project settings, you're gonna go down to collision, make a new trace channel. We're gonna name this ledge, and we're gonna set our defaults response to ignore and hit accept. Go ahead and close that. Now in our trace channel here, we're gonna set this to ledge. It may not be there for you. You may need to save all. So just bring up your content window and then hit save all, and then that'll bring that up. So we're gonna select ledge there. And we're going to set our draw debug type to 4:1 frame, and we're going to set our radius to 10. Go ahead and compile and save that. Now we're going to go to our third person character. Let's go to the overview so we can see what we're doing. And we're going to add a arrow to our character. Click on your mesh, add. Type, search for arrow and click on arrow. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of this. I'm going to make this green. Change it to whatever color you want. We're going to name that, we're going to rename that F2. We're going to call that front wall tracer. Then go ahead and rotate this to where it's 90 degrees, so it's facing the front, and we're going to move this up to 190. So on your location, 190, rotation 90, that's only if it's not facing forward automatically. If it's facing forward automatically, then you're fine. Need that facing in the direction that the character is facing. Go ahead and compile and save that. Go back to our BPC ledge climbing component. We're going to get our owning character reference. Then we're going to get wall tracer. Get front wall tracer. Should pop up there. Then we're going to get world location, and we're going to hook that up to the start. And then from our front wall tracer to get world location, that we're going to get the forward vector. Then we're going to multiply it by a float. So multiply, change this into a float. We're going to put 100 in here. And this multiplication is how far you want the sphere trace to reach, is what this is. So if you want to comment this little bubble here, click on that. How length your trace, and then that way you know what that is, and that should be 100, not 1,000. Go ahead and compile and save that. Actually, let's go ahead and disconnect that. We need to add an add in here as well. Go from the world location, do an add, and then we're gonna add this into here, and then connect that to the end. And then compile and save that, and we're gonna go to the event graph. We needed to get rid of this last time. Yeah, that shouldn't be in here. Okay. Yeah, so if you still had that, you can delete that. That was still left over. Last one. So from our event tick, we're going to drag off event tick, get wall location, file and save that, and we can go ahead and check that out. So that should be 100 in front, radius should be 10. And it's not going to give us a hit yet. We haven't done anything with the hit results, but as long as you're seeing the trace above your head like that, then we are good to go. Let's go ahead and adjust the map a little bit here. What I'm going to do is actually going to drag this off, make this shorter, bring this up to, say, right there. Right there should be good. Let's come back down some, even with that one. That way we've still got our area we can crouch. We're going to change the collision on this. So grab your cube. We're going to go down here to the collision presets. We're going to set custom. Drop down menu if that's not there. And then we're going to hit block for the ledge there. So all these should be block. And you can go ahead and save that now. And let's go ahead and check that. Now we should get a hit. So since we didn't set the collision on this block, it's not going to register it that we can climb on that one. We're checking the wall anyway. So basically we're setting this up so that you can have specific walls, specific ledges and stuff based on custom collision channels, so that you can have different things set up. Just want to make it, you know, as viable as possible to be able to use different things. All right, so now that we're good there, let's go back to our climbing component. And we need to get wall location. We're going to create a branch. And then we need to connect our return value. And then our out hit, drag off that. We're going to break the hit results. And then our impact normal, we want to promote that. And we're going to name that wall impact normal. Okay. And we're going to connect that to true. And then we're going to also promote the impact point to a variable. And we're going to rename that one to wall impact point. Go ahead and connect that one as well. You can compile and save that. And we're going to create another function. We're going to call this one get wall height. Going to do sphere trace by channel again. Okay, so we want to drag from our start to our get wall height so that we can create a pin. And we're going to rename that to wall impact point. And then from the end, we're going to do a plus here. Add. And we're going to connect our wall impact point to the top there. Turn this into a float. Put 100 as our value. Go ahead and compile that. I'm going to set our trace channel to ledge. Let's go ahead and do for 1 frame. And set our radius. We're going to set that one to 10 as well. Go ahead and compile and save that. And let's go back to our get wall location. We're going to get wall height. And we're going to get our wall impact point. And we're going to connect it to our wall impact point there. And then from the false, we're going to drag off. We're going to create a return node. Drag this over. We're going to make a reroute node so we can straighten this up a little. And then we're also going to connect the get wall height to the return node. And you can compile and save. And then go back to the get wall height function. And we're going to split the structure on this. Let me do that. I know why. We don't need the Z value there, or we don't need that as a float. It'd be 100 in the Z, and then we're gonna split the struct on that, and then go ahead and promote this to a variable. And then we're gonna rename this. And we're gonna call this one wall height upward trace limit. Then we're going to duplicate this. So duplicate the addition. Go ahead and connect from the world impact point to the addition. We're going to promote this variable also, this Z variable. And we're going to call this one wall height down trace limit. And this one's going to connect to our end. And then we want to click on this. Oh, go ahead and compile so we can get our defaults. We're going to set this to 150. And we're going to set this one to 100. You can compile and save that. And let's go ahead and check that out. Just make sure that's doing what we need it to. So now when we come over to the wall, now we're tracing up to our ledge. And off of our hit result, our out hit, we're going to break hit results. Going to, from our impact point, to add 10. Go ahead real quick and duplicate this sphere trace by channel. We're going to connect that to the true. And then this is going to be our start point. And we're going to go ahead and duplicate that. We're going to connect that to the impact point again. And then we're going to add a pin here. And then off of this bottom pin, we're going to multiply. Convert that to a float. Multiply by 20. And then this pin we want to actually connect to get wall height. And we're going to name that one direction vector. And then go ahead and compile and save. Then we're going to go back to our get wall location. We're going to get our owning reference. So our owning character reference. Get actor forward vector. Move that out of the way. And then that's going to be our directional vector. That's what we needed to do. All right, so we can go ahead and test that out again. All right. Something's not right there. Okay, so let's go back to our get wall height. Oh, we didn't connect the endpoint. Simple mistakes, you know, things you just overlook. It happens. So now we actually have that going forward. Let's go ahead and change that. Change that. So we want to, let's make this one 5. And let's change the color of this one. Like a pinkish color. And then we'll do white for when it actually does the hit trace. That way we can differentiate those. There we go. Perfect. So what this trace is going to do, the one we just set up, this trace checks if there is enough space to grab the ledge, is what this is going to trace. Let's go ahead, minimize that. We're going to add in, take this back a little bit. Add in reroute node, just double click on the line, and that'll add a reroute node for you. And you can compile and save that. All right. So get wall height. Add a branch. Connect our return value. Now we want to set our climbing state. And this is the structure climbing state that we set in the last video. And then we want to drag off from our climbing state pin, and we're going to make S climbing state. Connect this to the false. From the return value, we're going to get a not boolean. And we're going to connect that to the can climb on ledge. And then let's go ahead and create a return node on this. And we'll go ahead and just connect the true to the return node. Move this up over here so it's out of the way some. Okay, and then go back to our event graph. And after get wall location, we're going to do another branch. We're going to add a print string after our branch on the true. And we're also going to add one on the false. We're going to name this one can climb on ledge. I'm just going to copy this, paste that down here, and then make it cannot climb on ledge. And then go ahead and compile and save that. And then let's go back to actually first. Let's go ahead and just grab one of these blocks. We're going to move one of these blocks into here. We're just going to move one of these in the way. Rotate it. Doesn't have to be necessarily perfect. Try to get it straight. We just want that to sit on the edge there. All right, and then let's go back into our get wall height. And then this trace channel we're going to set to visibility. Go ahead and compile and save that. And then we're going to duplicate this. Connect the knot to the return node. We're going to duplicate the set. And we're going to set that on the true and connect that to the return node as well. And we can compile and save that. Go ahead and test that out, see how it's looking. And our print string is not showing. Why is our print string not showing? In the event graph. Oh, okay. I know why. So we need to get our climb state. So get climb state. And then we're going to break S climb, and then can climb on ledge. We're going to plug into the condition. That should give us our print strings. No, still did not. Oh, those are log strings. That's why. Print. I don't know why it did log strings. That's weird. Okay, so can climb on ledge. So if you did log strings, because those were log strings, go ahead and get those changed. And we're just going to do the same thing real quick. I just want to make sure that this is working correctly. All right, so cannot climb on ledge. Can climb on ledge. Cannot climb on ledge. So what we just set up is now if there's an object that's in front of the ledge and there's not enough room to grab the ledge, we're not going to grab the ledge. We can't climb up there because there's an object in the way. And then for our get wall location, where was it at? Get wall height. You can go ahead and change the down trace limit to 0. That's what we needed to change. Now it gives you the trace from the actual trace point all the way up to the wall. And then we're pink when we can climb, and then it hits and turns white when we cannot climb. So that's going to wrap up today's episode. In the next episode, we will set up the grab wall. We're going to set up a macro for that. So we'll do a grab wall macro, and we'll also set up the logic to calculate the ledge hanging location. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like and subscribe for me if you haven't. I appreciate all the support. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.